Good morning, boys and girls of Trinity Church and any other boys and girls that are watching this morning. I have some friends with me this morning, and they are what's called the quiet, silent type, who don't say an awful lot, but they watch and listen very closely and they learn loads. Today is a special day in Trinity Church. I wonder, can you guess why? Is it a baptism? Or are we having a wedding? Or is there a party for somebody? Or is it my birthday? Or maybe it's your birthday? Or maybe even your dog's birthday? No to all of those things, because what we're doing in Trinity Church today, it's a special day that we do once a year where we can give extra money to Jesus. Now, why we do that? We give extra money to Jesus so he can use our money to help other people. And we give our money so that we have a building to meet in as a church family. We give our money so we can have people working for Trinity Church. And we give our money so that we can let others know how they can be friends with Jesus too. I'm going to tell you a story now about a boy in the Bible who was very happy to give something to Jesus. Do you remember the story of a boy with 5 loaves and 2 fishes? He followed Jesus out into the countryside, but there were no shops to buy food, and everyone became hungry. His lunch was only given by his mum to feed him and not 5,000 men and lots of others. His lunch didn't seem enough for everybody, but he trusted Jesus with it. He was willing to give away his lunch, to do without his lunch, for strangers, for people he didn't even know. Can you imagine the excitement of the little boy and his surprise when, after Jesus prayed for his lunch, that it began to multiply and got bigger and bigger and bigger, till eventually, when everybody had eaten all that they wanted, Jesus' disciples gathered up 12 baskets full of fish and bread. Can you imagine what the little boy said to his mum when he got home? "Mum, wait till I tell you what happened to my lunch." And I'm sure she was amazed as well. You see, Jesus can take what we give him, no matter how small, and make it do much, much more than if we kept it for ourselves. It's a bit like a sports team. If you pass the ball to others, rather than only keeping it to yourself, usually something better happens than if you don't pass the ball at all. Sharing the ball gets a better result, and others can enjoy the game too. Hi, I'm back. Usually in church in the exchange, a basket is passed around and people put their Jesus money into it. Maybe you remember that from the days when we used to meet in the exchange. Well, today, this special day, we are not in the exchange to give our extra special money to Jesus. But what I would like you to do is to right now take a short time to ask God's Holy Spirit to help you decide if you want to give some money of your own to Jesus. I'm going to give you 10 seconds of quiet for you to listen to the Holy Spirit, and if a number comes into your mind, then tell your mum or dad about this and have a chat with them about how this has happened. Let's have that quiet now. That's our 10 seconds up. Do you know, in the Old Testament book of Ecclesiastes, in chapter 5 and verse 13, it says, holding on to money and not sharing it will hurt the person who owns it. Imagine that, if you have lots of money and you're not willing to share it, in some way that will hurt you or damage you. It's a bit like if you had a chocolate cake. So imagine it's your birthday party and you have a juicy chocolate cake. If you ate the whole thing yourself, you might get sick. But if you shared it with your family and friends and everybody has a piece, everybody can enjoy it. So instead of being a selfish Sean or a selfish Susan and not being happy about sharing, why don't you be a generous Grania or a generous George, a boy or girl who is happy to share and include others in the good things that Jesus has given you? Jesus doesn't change the amount of money I give him, or we give him, but he can change the amount of good that it can do. So today, on this special money sharing day in Trinity Church, you might like to give Jesus some of your pocket money or some of the money you've been saving. Your mum and dad will help you with this. Bye.